So let's talk. What's worse, the court of public opinion or the court of the law? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 10. And like I said, what is worse, the regular court of law or that court of public opinion? This is what's actually going down now. Now, we done had to fight. A whole big old fight. And they actually showed it. So now, here we got 5 days later, Monique ends up calling Karen to gather the ladies together, everybody except for Candiace. And she basically wants to speak with the ladies and kind of get a feel for where she's going, what's going to happen going forward. In the midst of that, Candiace did what Candiace does. What I learned in this whole thing, Karen truly does care for both of them. Both of those ladies, Monique and Candiace. And I think it's more of a motherly love that she actually has for them. And it's equal. It is equal. There is no, she's not picking sides. It's equal. It's like a mother with two daughters. And Candiace is being Candiace. And Candiace wanted her to side with her. Candiace was a bit upset with Karen that she would even allow her to host this thing at her house, and that she the word that she used, you're giving her this much grace. Girl, y'all were fighting. You two. Karen wasn't fighting. That was y'all banging and swinging and throwing glasses and scratching and hair pulling and carrying on. Karen ain't fighting nobody. Period. Throughout this whole thing, you're seeing Monique. Monique is speaking to Chris. Monique, the one thing that I'm seeing is she did what she did and she's standing in it. She doesn't have, there is no remorse. It's totally given, child, I whooped her ass. And now, as time went on, she started trying to kind of put some pieces together to really build a case as to why she whooped her ass. But, no, babe, you whooped her ass. It just is what it is. And Chris is really, I think Chris is really disappointed with the whole thing, because I think that Chris knows in the back of his mind, baby, that check is gone. That check is gone. When you sign up for reality television, you sign on the dotted line that you are not going to get physical. Everybody does it. Everybody signs up with the understanding that they're going to fight, and they're going to fight with their words, that they're not going to be physical. And when you break that rule, you could very well end up off the show. Now, there's been times when things have gone down and people are still on the show, such as the thing with Portia and Kenya. This ain't Portia and Kenya. This Monique and Candiace. And I'd be willing to bet some of my money, my hard-earned money, it's over for Candiace. You're done. And that's where I was talking about this thing of the court of public opinion. And I ain't talking about us, because what we think don't really matter, for real, for real. We just kicking it around. I do what I do. This is my job. And I do what I do. I got a job to do. I give out my opinion, but it don't really move Candiace and Monique's life. Yes, all the reviewers, we help with what goes on with the shows, whether people want to actually acknowledge us. Every reviewer that there is on a social media platform, we help these shows. Please don't be fooled. They know of us. They know who we are. And sometimes they reach out and they touch some of us. But we do definitely play our part in what goes on. But at the end of the day, it's out of our pay grade. And this type of stuff. I believe that it's over for Candiace. Court of public opinion, in this case, is sitting with Gizelle and Karen and Ashley and Robin and Wendy, and then the powers that be down at Bravo. Okay? So that's that. And I picked up a whole lot about Miss Gizelle in this episode. Oh, Miss Gizelle. Miss Gizelle, as usual, was doing the most. She showed up at Karen's house for the conversation with security. I knew then, I said, she not on your side. Because she's giving you Brutus tease, honey. You're Brutus and everybody else is Popeye, honey. Where they might whoop you up, but you're definitely the aggressor. So you're Brutus down to the Bravo, girl. That's it. Now, what we started seeing, there was tweets. This is the stuff that now Bravo's putting out. We're watching the show. They showed the tweets. Monique made a tweet, and the tweet said, "You ask and you will receive." Baby, that's not a tweet coming from a person that's remorseful. That's a tweet of a person saying, "I whooped your ass, and if you try me again, I will whoop your ass some more. Some more." That ain't how you play this game. This right here, this reality TV on this type of, that ain't how this game is played, sis. At all. Leaking things to the vlogs and the blogs and all of that, and all roads are leading back to Monique and her camp. She tried to deny it, but we knew where it came from, and they actually ended up breaking it down. Baby, that Wendy, honey, Wendy's like, "Don't play with me. Do not play in my face." 2 weeks. This is the time. I said, "Oh, Wendy, honey, you knew better than to play with Wendy like that." But anyway, before Monique made that tweet, she had actually met with Ashley, and Ashley said that she told her she was sorry about her actions. Coming in the door, like I said, Gizelle came in Karen's house with security. Robin came in. Wendy came in. I'm telling you from the door, Wendy, Robin, and Gizelle, their mind was already made up. They ain't having it with Monique. They're done. They are totally on cancel Monique, period. That's where they are. And Karen ended up called Gizelle out on it, because Gizelle ended up talking a little bit, and she didn't even stay for the whole meeting. She wasn't sitting there listening to none of the backpedaling and pussy popping that Monique was doing. She wasn't playing into nothing Monique had for her. She was giving her nothing to work with. Nothing. Robin tried, but she gave her nothing. Gizelle gave her nothing to work with. And then she got up and left. She got up and left. She said, "Let me write down what you're saying so I can go ahead on and go on and respond to you while you doing this." Because, she's over there doing this whole little thing of how things went down and this, that, and the other. And she had Robin on the hook there for a minute. Monique was talking. She had Robin on the hook, feeling kind of bad for her, until she started going through the fight and what had happened. And baby twisted that story up to the point where she was saying that Candiace threw the wine in her face and this, that, and the other. And that's what caused her to hit her. I said, "Oh, you just messed up." Hey, and Robin was like, "Girl, you almost had me, girl." But that is a lie. You had red wine on your face. Candiace had white wine. You know why there was red wine on your face? Because you was doing so much goddamn carrying on and banging and carrying on, and the red wine was on the table and it ended up on your face, because that's how bad you were showing out. I said, "Oh, okay." So that was that. Told her that is 100% lie. You hit her first, honey. And then asked her, "Why did you leak it to the blogs, honey?" "I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that." She said, And Robin told her, "Ask and you shall receive." Honey, that's not cute. And you think that this is cute. Your tweets and things you've been saying on social media, you think it's cute. And she told her, I'm looking at you now, and some of what you saying, girl, this ain't cute. What you done it ain't cute. I said, oh, okay. Wendy, same thing. Wendy wasn't letting up on her at all. At all. And Wendy was really going down in on her with the whole black women and the stereotypes, and you played into the stereotype. You got us all out here looking crazy. She really went in on her with that. Gizelle brought it in with that as well. But this is where Gizelle, I was like, oh, Gizelle. It kind of showed you exactly who Gizelle is in this show. Now, y'all just listen to what I'm saying, because I know some of y'all disagreeing with me right now. I know how y'all do. Ain't a thing. It just is what it is. I ain't taking no side. I don't really care. I don't really care. I still say I ain't taking a side. I ain't got a side to take. What happened is what happened, and I still say that Monique was a bit much because she's mad as hell at Chris, and that she gave Candiace the ass whooping she wanted to give Chris, and I'll tell you that till I go to my grave. It was displaced anger. So it's not about picking a side. It's what I saw. She beat her ass. She beat her ass. And in my comments last week, people said, I don't think she really beat her ass. Excuse me. She beat her ass. Do you understand? She beat her ass. She ain't coming back for no more. Ass beat. She beat her ass. She's sitting up over here. She had Dr. Ken's having some damn therapy. You know why she getting therapy? Because she got her ass beat. And she's embarrassed. And now she's getting dragged on social media behind it. Because there's people who are stands of Monique saying, you deserve to get your ass whooped. You do too much. You too extra. And all those things are true. You talk too much stuff, and you ain't about that life, and she beats your ass. And, you know, she all bent out of shape, and a lot of it's for, you know, attention. That's her, though. That's her. But, child, just is what it is. And here's another thing that she said. I'm telling you, she kills herself. She was shooting herself in the foot, because she was going back and forth from, you know, like she feel bad and trying to cry and stuff. And then she go back to this thing. She said, my adrenaline is still pumping, and it's a week later. Bitch, why is you sitting there saying that? That make you sound crazy. Crazy. You said you wanted to kill her. You made statements like that I'm a killer. And now you telling us 5 days later that your adrenaline is still pumping. You sound like you got a problem, sis. Anger issues. You should be the one in counseling, not Candiace. Candiace being in counseling is helping her case. You're going to be off the show, sis. And you might get sued, too. You might as well get ready. Anyway, then that whole pray for me. That didn't even work. Nobody was even buying it. But let me go back to Gizelle. What Gizelle said that really I said, oh, Gizelle. Gizelle was talking to all of them, and in Monique especially, like an employer talking to an employee. It was very HR. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying here. It was very HR. It wasn't castmate. It was very executive producer-esque. I don't know where Gizelle actually fits in as far as this show. I don't know if she's an exec producer or anything like that, but that's how she was talking. The way she was speaking was very HR-esque. She told her, I'm not going for none of what you're saying. I don't want to be nowhere around you, period. See, because this is what you are. You did what you did because you are who you are. You showed us who you were. You told us who you were, and over the years, you have shown us who you are. I said, oh, shit, girl, she done pulled your whole dirty slip out. Baby, she got to rolling it and told her, in the first season you were here, you threatened to punch me in the face. Then they showed that beautiful Bing footage. You most certainly did. The second season that you were here, you had a whole issue and you took out and ran up on Robin with an umbrella. They showed the footage. You sure the hell did. And was threatening her and carrying on. And then in the next season, you threatened Candiace. And then this season, you delivered. Girl, your job is as good as gone, honey. And she rolled that shit out on her very HR-esque. Honey, that's just how HR bring it down to you, baby, before they show you to the door. And you say, well, I got to get my things from my desk. Honey, your things are already boxed up and they're in your car. That's just what she gave her. And then Gizelle got up, honey, and didn't even want to talk. I don't need to hear nothing else you got to say. I'm out of here. I said, girl, your job is gone, honey. Child. And then Robin and Wendy both told her, girl, you're being condescending. What you're talking, the stuff you're saying. Karen even told her. She said, yeah, you are coming across a little condescending, honey. And Wendy told her, and you're not remorseful at all. And she wasn't. Nobody's lying. Like, child, you were doing this to yourself. For real, Monique, like doing it to yourself. Child, like I said, that daggone Gizelle left out there and told her, honey, I talked to my daughters. I said, oh, she's digging the nail in the coffin, honey. And my daughters, I asked them, and they told me they didn't even want me to be around you. I said, girl, she is digging it. Hey, she's pulling the skin back off of you, baby. Anyway, now let me tell y'all about Ashley. Miss Ashley, girl, you are a hot-ass mess. Ashley sitting over there with that baby, with her little manipulative self, honey. She was on bullshit. She's over there. Ashley was totally team Monique. And it ain't because she liked Monique so much. Her and Candiace have made up, but you full of shit, Ashley. Ashley was totally team whoop Candiace's ass. That's the team that she was on. She was happy that Candiace got that ass whooping. It could have been anybody. It could have been a stranger on the street. And Ashley would have been team the stranger on the street. She just wanted Candiace's ass whooped, and she was so happy in her spirit. I said, oh, you are really on bullshit. Then when Wendy was like going in, she gonna say, girl, you're yelling. You're yelling, honey, and I got my baby here. And girl, damn all that. I don't even know why you brought your baby here for this. Stop with that trying to manipulate child and all that bullshit. You are team Monique. She needs somebody. So go ahead. But girl, you done flipped on Candiace. You just wanted Candiace to get her ass whooped and you was happy. Anyway, Robin wasn't here for it. Robin said, girl, this is that DC shit. She said, look at her. She politicking now. And she was. She was. She was. And Wendy, not so, Wendy told her girl, prayer doesn't take care of anything. I said, oh, wait a minute now, Miss Wendy. I get what you're saying and where you're going, girl, but don't say that no more. And don't say it like that. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, prayer don't take care of nothing. That's a lie. That's a lie before the Lord. Don't say it no more. What's wrong with you? Anyway, but this is what I gathered. This was a good episode. It really was. There was a lot jammed into this episode. Karen, like I said, Karen is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. But she ain't swaying. She's like, I love both ladies. I care for both ladies. And she told... she was telling her, you know, she's giving her a word of advice and told her, girl, all this is going to blow over. And you're going to take this and turn it around and teach young women not to do this and not to get into this position. And she ended up saying something else condescending. I said, what'd she say? Girl, shut up. You done lost your job. Just shut up. Stupid. Anyway, let me see what you all have to say about this. Like I said, I enjoyed this episode. Again, I don't feel like I'm taking sides. I'm just dealing with the facts and what was actually put out there. Do you all agree that Gizelle was talking like she worked at HR, honey, and had like thick rimmed glasses, honey, and a bad wig? She reminded me of that lady at HR. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll see what you got to say in the comments later.